This lesson, I really struggled to write. Um, I I gave myself about 5 hours in the morning to work on it, and for some reason, it took about 5 hours. I barely got it done in time, which surprised me. I thought I'd given myself plenty of time to work. Sometimes these lessons come really fast, uh, and sometimes they don't seem to come out at all. I guess that's just creativity in general. Uh, so, in the last 30 minutes of the time I'd given myself to write this lesson, I ended up rewriting the entire thing. I had struggled with this idea about a lesson about India and uh, I guess like the coronavirus in India and learning in India, like the education and somehow when I was writing it, there were red flags going off in my mind, thinking like this something isn't right. Like this is gonna be too complicated, or I guess it was too specific of a topic, and I thought that it wasn't a good one. So finally, like 30 minutes before my time was up, I just scrapped the whole idea and wrote this one really fast. And it turned out to be a really good one. Worked pretty good in the classroom. Uh, it's just a simple topic. It's meant to be as easy as possible. It's called Good Day. We start off with an easy question. Did you get rain where you live? Now, usually these are just general questions. This one I put in specifically because there was recently a hurricane in Vietnam. Now, I'm going to go back and change this to something that will be more usable for like generally. But just for last class, I had it to this because this was something everyone would have something to say about. I start off saying, today was a good day. In the morning, I took my bicycle across the river. And I'll show them this picture of a fountain. The cafe I go to doesn't open till 10 a.m., so I sat in a park and read the news on my phone. This is the park. Then I break them up into small groups to discuss this question. Is reading important? Before I break them up, I sometimes call on one student to give me their opinion, and I'll use that to help everyone else understand the question. And then we break out into small groups, and during the time they're in small groups, usually of 3 students, I will hop skip around to all of the small groups and coach them a little bit on using these reasons to support their opinions. Here, I show them this picture of a park. The purpose of this slide is to preview some vocabulary, but also activate interest and direct their attention towards the next topic of conversation, but gradually. I might say something like, what do you see here? Or like, this is Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. I used to say, what do you see here? But I don't actually like that for older students now. I might just assume they already know this is a park, and I would say, um, does this park look different from parks in your area? Or I might say something like, um, do you sit in the park in the morning? Um, and I just want them to know the word park and understand that I was in the park and this is what we're going to be talking about. It gives them context. Context helps them understand when they get to the reading part. I like riding my bicycle. I like early mornings sitting in the park. I feel great when I do these things. Here is a breakout slide. So I'm going to break the class up into small groups. They'll go into private rooms with groups of 3 students. And before they go, I'll make sure they understand the question. And then I will send them off into their small groups. And in the breakout time, I will hop skip around to the different groups and just listen passively. Engage with them if conversation is faltering or has fallen silent. I will revive it. But otherwise, if they're speaking, I don't interrupt. Today was a good day because I had time to do the things I enjoy. If you think about like a traditional outline, this is the conclusion. There was an introduction in the beginning, and then we had 2 main ideas, and this is the conclusion. And that's the structure that this conversation follows. At the very end, this is the last slide. So at the very end, ooh, I'm cold, man. The winter's here already. Man. Okay, so I usually end with a closing question that isn't even on the topic of the lesson. Something more like what you would ask or say when you close a conversation. Kind of like a goodbye question, just to sort of settle down and get ready to say goodbye. And something like, do you have plans for the weekend? What will you do tomorrow morning? Or what will you do after class? Something like that. And that's it. That's the lesson for today.